Heidi Marie Eriksson was born on December 14, 1984, the cherished only daughter of John and Linda Eriksson. Growing up with her two brothers, Peter and Joel, Heidi enjoyed a warm and loving childhood. The family eventually moved to Falcon Heights, Minnesota, where Heidi remained close to her family. Faith played a significant role in her upbringing. She attended church regularly and became even more devoted as she entered adulthood. After high school, Heidi embraced her faith even further by becoming a youth group leader at Calvary Church. Her passion for helping others also led her to participate in several mission trips. It was through one of these church activities that she met Nick Firkus, a fellow youth leader with a similar Minnesota upbringing. The connection between them was instant. After nearly 2 years of dating, Heidi and Nick married in 2005, beginning their journey together in Minnesota. They stayed deeply involved in church life and shared a love for outdoor adventures like camping, biking, and exploring. In August 2007, the couple bought their first home, thrilled to build their life together. Nick took charge of managing their finances, while Heidi brought her creative touch to decorating their new place. By 2010, everything seemed to be falling perfectly into place. Heidi, then 27, and Nick, 25, were eagerly planning to start a family. Heidi worked as Securian Financial, while Nick worked as an upholsterer. Everything appeared idyllic, until tragedy struck in April 2010. On a quiet Sunday morning, a chilling 911 call came from the Firkus residence, reporting a possible break-in.
State Patrol 911.
Someone's trying to break into my house.
What city are you in? St. Paul?
I'm in St. Paul.
What address are you at?
1794.
1794 what?
1794. Minnehaha Avenue.
Minnehaha. Someone's trying west?
The call lasted less than a minute before ending abruptly with a horrifying scream. Attempts to reconnect went unanswered until 2 minutes later when another call came from the same number. This time it was Nick Firkus on the line.
State Patrol 911.
Please, somebody has broken out. You shot me.
Okay, are you in St. Paul, sir? Okay, let me get you right in there. Hold on one second. Okay, hold on a sec.
No.
Nick?
No.
Nick? Stay on the phone with me. Who shot you?
I didn't know somebody broke into that house. No.
Okay, stay on the phone with me, okay? Do not hang up.
When police arrived at the scene, they found the front door slightly ajar, the faint but unmistakable smell of gunpowder lingering in the air. As officers entered the kitchen, they stumbled upon a nightmarish sight. Heidi lay motionless on the floor, a shotgun wound to her left thigh. Nearby, Nick stood in shock, unable to speak, while a shotgun rested in the corner. The front door showed visible damage, peppered with shotgun pellets. In his account to police, Nick described the terrifying events leading up to the tragedy. He said he and Heidi had been asleep when around 6 a.m. he got up to get a glass of water. Around 6:30 a.m., they were startled awake by a strange noise, someone trying to force open the front door. Alarmed, Nick told Heidi to call 911 while he grabbed his shotgun from the closet for protection. According to Nick, the couple cautiously went downstairs to investigate. As they reached the bottom of the stairs, the front door burst open and a figure in a dark hooded sweatshirt appeared. A violent struggle broke out between Nick and the intruder. Amid the chaos, Heidi attempted to flee toward the back door, but was struck by a gunshot. Another shot was fired during the scuffle, wounding Nick's left leg, before the intruder allegedly fled through the front door. When asked to describe the attacker, Nick struggled to provide details, claiming he couldn't recall much beyond the hooded sweatshirt the person was wearing. He was unable to identify their race or other distinguishing features. Nick was taken to the hospital to treat his non-life-threatening injuries. but tragically, Heidi was pronounced dead at the scene. As investigators meticulously combed through the crime scene, a few puzzling details caught their attention. Among the chaos, certain items stood out: an untouched beer bottle and a clean receipt, seeming strangely out of place in the midst of such turmoil. The autopsy revealed that Heidi died instantly at the scene from a shotgun wound to her lower right back. The blast caused catastrophic damage to her spine, left lung, and left rib. During the investigation, police canvassed neighbors to see if anyone had noticed anything unusual. One neighbor recalled hearing a car screech away around 6:20 a.m., but they didn't remember hearing any gunshots. After being discharged from the hospital, Nick provided police with new information that drastically changed the direction of the investigation. He revealed that he and Heidi had been facing significant financial struggles. They were behind on bills, their house had been foreclosed, and the eviction was scheduled for the day after Heidi's murder. Nick confessed that they had kept their financial troubles a secret from family and friends. That weekend, the couple had planned to pack their belongings and temporarily move in with someone they knew. Surprisingly, Nick also accused the bank of fraudulent practices, throwing an unexpected twist into the investigation. Following Nick's revelations, detectives delved deeper into the couple's financial history and the details of the foreclosure. Nick explained that the foreclosure process had started 2 years prior, when they fell behind on their mortgage payments. During a search of Nick's car, police found paperwork outlining the foreclosure timeline. The documents revealed that their home had been sold at auction on June 4, 2009, with a February 18, 2010 deadline to leave. Nick had attended an eviction hearing on March 8, 2010, without Heidi, and signed an agreement to vacate by March 22, 2010. However, the couple didn't move. Instead, Nick requested an extension, claiming his grandmother was on her deathbed. The law firm agreed, extending the move-out date to April 26, 2010. But investigators later discovered that Nick's grandmother was alive and residing in a care facility, casting doubt on his credibility. When police searched the couple's house, they found no evidence that the pair had been preparing to move. The refrigerator was stocked, and their clothes remained neatly organized in drawers. These findings raised more questions about their financial situation and whether it played a role in Heidi's murder. Investigators also examined text messages between Nick and Heidi but found no direct references to the foreclosure or plans to move. In one text to a friend in March, Heidi mentioned wanting to leave their house, but it didn't seem connected to financial problems. Another curious discovery was that none of the foreclosure documents had Heidi's signature. Everything had been handled solely by Nick. To verify Nick's account, detectives conducted a reenactment to determine if sounds from the front door could be heard from the upstairs bedroom. The test results were inconclusive, leaving certain details unexplained. Although Nick was initially cooperative, he eventually hired an attorney who advised him to stop speaking with police. Nick's description of the alleged intruder even prompted authorities to explore a local string of burglaries linked to a man named Michael Lee Pye. However, Michael was quickly ruled out since he was in jail at the time of Heidi's murder. Detectives started to suspect that Nick had borrowed elements from news reports to craft his story about the burglar. Forensic and ballistics tests revealed a disturbing truth. Both gunshots had been fired from Nick's shotgun. Moreover, no DNA other than Nick's or Heidi's was found at the scene. This evidence directly contradicted Nick's claims of an outside intruder and raised the possibility that the crime had been committed by someone within the home. What initially seemed like a far-fetched theory was now becoming entirely plausible. By 2019, after years without fresh leads, the case was reopened. By that time, Nick had remarried and was living with his second wife, Rachel Watson, and their 3 children. However, his financial troubles hadn't gone away when Rachel discovered that they were on the verge of losing their home due to unpaid property taxes. She began questioning Nick's honesty. Her suspicions grew, and she secretly recorded a conversation with Nick, hoping to uncover the truth about Heidi's death. Despite her efforts, Nick strongly denied any involvement. Eventually, after years of mounting evidence, authorities had enough to charge Nick. In May 2021, he was arrested and booked into Ramsey County Jail for Heidi's murder. During the trial, prosecutors argued that on the morning of the crime, Nick had lured Heidi downstairs and fabricated the story of an intruder. The jury deliberated for just 4 hours before unanimously finding Nick guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. He was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of his wife Heidi.
Before we conclude this video, please be aware that the video on the left may be disturbing. It is recommended for adult viewing only. On the right, you'll find a playlist of videos that have been highly appreciated by our viewers.